She's 19, my cat, just letting it all hang out. She's a great house. I like lady stack, that's a fact. Ain't holding nothing back. She's a
This is Apples to Apples, and we are back on the air, as always, broadcasting on the Alive and Social Network. We are proud to be sponsored by Coors Light. Coors Light, the official sponsor of the Apples to Apples show, and Coors Light, more importantly, or as important, the official sponsor of The Orchard. I am back from a cross-country journey to straighten out my broadcast partner back here in Minneapolis at the Alive and Social Network studios. And now I will send it out to Washington, D.C., to his Georgetown University studio, and that aforementioned, is that correct, broadcast partner, Drew Applebaum.
Hey, Dad, how you doing?
Just
drive okay? Did you get home safe and everything?
What's the haps? Oh, wait, I was supposed to say that earlier. I did get home.
Haps?
Yeah, what's the haps?
I don't think anybody said that in like 30 years.
Okay, so we've starting a lot of trends on the Apples to Apples show, so I'm going to bring that back. What's the haps?
Nothing. It's a shame I can't be in the studio. I got all dressed up for the show today and no one's here to watch.
You shaved that stupid mustache thing you had going, didn't you?
I did. It's gone.
Good. I feel a lot better. That actually...
I told you I wanted to look good for the show today. I'm in a full suit. No tie, though, because, it's got to be a little casual.
Well, it's always good, too, to look good for a podcast that no one's actually going to see you on. I know.
But you feel good, play good, Look good, play good, that whole thing.
Who said that?
A lot of people.
They do?
Yeah. It's like, you have confidence, you play well.
Okay, well, we've got a huge show. We're going to do some housekeeping in a second, and then we will talk a little bit more sports than we did last week after the big reveal that we had. And there is some backlash, some fallout on the big reveal. We've got a couple things we need to discuss. A lot of people happy, some people not so happy. We will get to that. We will talk our local sports, some national sports. We will then go apple picking and get your questions. And then also we had our poll question, which was the top most momentous moments in sports in the last 10 years. We have some good chime-ins on that. But first, we need to talk about our live tour. We have somewhat breaking news, not real breaking news, but our first date of our live tour, which will be held at the Trail Stop Tavern in Eagan, is December 21st. We might have a time change, Drew.
Really?
Apparently.
Time change? What happened?
Well, not a bad one. Apparently, they're expecting a turnaway crowd. We are looking to set the Alive and Social live record, and apparently there's the buzz that we might do that. In order to accommodate that, the new time might be 6 to 7 o'clock that evening. We will.
Can I ask you a question?
No. So
okay.
Yeah, actually, no. Wyatt told me. Yeah, go ahead.
What is the Alive and Social live record that we're looking to beat? So like 6, 7?
No. We're looking to get 100 people.
Really?
Yes, and I think we can do that. But we're gonna, and again, at our live shows, we're gonna have a live open mic. So these questions that people, that the Orchard, when the Orchard chimes in, they'll be able to do it live. You will make your return to the live show. Wyatt will be there. Everyone can meet Wyatt, the cover boy.
The cover boy
and I have news on that in a second. But the cover boy of the Apples to Apples calendar, the 2016. I think I said 2015 about 10 times, but so the first live stop, December 21st, the Trail Stop Tavern. Looks like it's going to be 6 to 7, but we'll get you details on that. We're also hoping to have a live edition of As the Pizza Turns with Seamus Harvey. The second stop.
That's the most exciting thing, because we've been missing that for a while. And I think Seamus is saving a lot for the live show. So that's
right.
That's the real exciting part right there.
Yep. So it's a very interactive show. The next stop, January 12th at the Boulevard Restaurant, time to be determined. That is a Tuesday. So not our normal Monday. That is a Tuesday. I think we'll still do our Monday show, or I'm not sure all those details. So that's the first really 2 stops on our live tour that everybody's excited about. All the way out in D.C., I think people were excited about it.
There was some buzz. There was definitely some buzz when you were in town that the we were back, I don't want to say back together. That's weird, but you know, in the same place at the same time.
That's weird and creepy at the same time.
I know. I really tried to avoid it, and I just couldn't. I tried. But what I was going to say is that there have been some huge some huge returns in the history of sports and in wrestling and such. There's wrestlers are always coming back from injury or whatever it may be. Jordan coming out of retirement, Favre coming out of retirement. My return has to be like 7th on that list. I was 6th or 7th on that list, which is a big deal.
Yeah. Oh, huge deal. Huge deal. Yeah.
I'm not dumb enough to think I'm anywhere near the top, but I think 6th or 7th is a fair spot for me.
Well, you're probably dumb enough, but at least not to think that part.
I'm aware. I have the awareness to understand that I'm low. I'm definitely not high on that list.
So, so there's the announcement of the live tour. I think we should get right into the sports, and then we're going to have to talk right before we get into apple picking. There's a little backlash from the big reveal last week, but I think we'll save it a little bit. We'll save it a little bit. So as far as the sports go, let's talk like. Okay, this couldn't wait. This just in. Wyatt, the producer, really the brains behind the operation.
I was actually literally going to say the brains behind the operation. That's exactly what I was going to say.
Oh, good. Well, then we're on the same page.
Rare.
But
I think this is something we're all on the same page about.
Absolutely. After last week's announcement, now Wyatt is probably, you know how I have issues with social media, twerking and Facebooking and that stuff?
I think that's putting it lightly.
Okay, well, Wyatt is not a huge social media person either. However, because of the huge announcement that we made last week, and if you missed it, Wyatt was named the 2016 cover boy of the Apples to Apples calendar. Wyatt has had to open up a social media account, a Twitter account is what it's called. So now Wyatt can be found at Coverboy8675309. Once again, that's at Coverboy8675309. That should be up shortly. Twerk 'em, tweet 'em, all that good stuff. But that's how popular this show, the Apples to Apples show, is. Thoughts, Drew?
I'll tweet it out to his account once it's active, just so everyone has it out there, because you don't want to miss this. You don't want to miss out on
this is huge. It's huge. All right, so let's talk.
It's perhaps the biggest announcement we've ever had.
Well, if you think about the Apples to Apples show, we have come out with T-shirts. Well, first of all, we started from scratch. No Twitter followers.
Well, that's how most people start.
It is?
From scratch, yeah. Normally you make a Twitter and you have 0 followers to start. That's how they work. You don't just sign up and get 100 free.
By the way, Wyatt's page is up, active, and running. So everyone twerk him, tweet him, do whatever you have to do. Now, hopefully, if you follow him, you've already followed us. If not, please do. All right, so let's talk Vikings. The once again first place Minnesota Vikings. You were having
crazy.
You were sort of having a meltdown in between. You didn't really.
Well, I think the first half. Anyone who watched that game was having a meltdown in the first half. It was 7-3 at halftime. We had caused 2 turnovers, missed a field goal, and thrown an interception in the red zone. And
right.
It looked like we were going to throw away a game on the road that we very well could, and we did, but could and should have won. and it was a game we needed to win going forward. It was a Falcons team that's been on the ropes. They've been bad. They have been bad. There's no way around that. Without Devontae Freeman, and we just had so many chances in the first half, and it was only 7-3, and the Falcons were going to start the half with the ball, and it was just frustrating, especially after last week, how we didn't throw that game away, but it was a game we competed and just the score didn't show it, and it was like that again. It was frustrating to watch that again against another team that's been even worse than the Packers were the weeks before.
So let's
talk. The Packers were just there. They lost to the Bears again. It was frustrating, but then we turned it around in the second half. Thank God.
So the Vikings are very interesting because they seem to do what previous teams haven't done over the last several years. They're beating the teams they should beat. Now then they play, a team like the Packers who they really should beat, and they didn't. Sunday is a huge game, not because of playoff ramifications, but Sunday's a good team they're playing. They're playing at home again. A team that's, up there as one of the, even though they're having a rough year, still considered one of. Go ahead.
I think that, I was just going to say, I think they had a top 10 pass offense and a top 10 rush defense, which does not fare well against our team. That's kind of like, if you were looking for a team to match up against us, a team that can stop the run and throw the ball. And so it was going to be a tough game, like you said, on the road, a team that's in playoff contention, a game coming off a loss in a big game, a game we needed to win. Like you said, it was a big game.
Right. Well, I believe that, yeah. So next week they play Seattle. And again, I think to me this is another one of those tests because this team still needs a signature win. They have to win. Now 8-3 is a tremendous record. No one predicted it. But they're beating the teams they should beat. They should have beat San Francisco to add that to the list. Losing to the Packers isn't that crazy. Losing, what was their other loss?
Broncos.
Yeah, and they could have won that. But again, at Denver, not crazy. But this is a game at home, a team that's sort of down, but still good. This is where you put the stamp on it. Now, can we do it? We have and I'll let you say something. Right now, just so you know what we're working with, we've got the number 2 defense and the number 2 run offense. Is that enough? Is that enough?
Well, I just want to, both of us, not the past couple weeks, but the weeks before, we're kind of down on Adrian Peterson. I think, at least for me and I think for you too, is because we expect more out of him. It was too many negative gains, or I guess they're not gains, losses. There are too many losses that he had. It's great when you run for 110 yards, but when you lose yards on a first down, you put us in a tough position, especially when we can't throw the ball.
Right.
And the last couple weeks, not last week as much, but especially against the Falcons and the Raiders, AP, there wasn't those losses. It was at least a no gain, if not a couple yards every time. And that's what we've seen from AP over the years, and that's what we need to see to continue to win these games. And listen, I early in the year, I was all for Teddy. I was behind him. I was defending him and everything because I thought by this point he would have enough games under his belt and he'd have it figured out and he'd be making plays when he needs to. And he's making some plays, but we've been waiting for him to turn the corner and he hasn't yet. And this game against the Seahawks is going to be, we've played some good teams, by far his biggest test, no doubt. And all we need from him this is going to be probably a low scoring game, a tough game. We just need him to not make mistakes, I think. We can't have that red zone interception. We can't have him taking bad sacks. We just need him to put us in the position to give AP the ball and let him go to work. Because I know, and I'll be the first to admit, I was wrong about AP. He's having an absolutely incredible season. We were down on him, whatever, and he's been absolutely phenomenal in all but a couple games. And so we just need to have our offense in a position where he can succeed, and we just need Teddy to not make mistakes. And it's becoming clear and clear every week. Teddy's not going to throw for 300 yards every game. He's not that quarterback. But like you said, we got the number 2 rush offense. He doesn't really need to be. Defense and rush and a good rushing offense and a great defense is a way to win championships. It's been proven over the years. That's a winning formula. And we have that, but we just need Teddy to make plays when it calls for it and not make mistakes.
So let me ask you a question. And I actually have for you. I have the answer if you're stumped. What's the difference?
Of course you do.
And I'm not saying this like I actually have an answer. What's the difference between Teddy Bridgewater and Christian Ponder?
What's the difference?
Yeah, I have the answer. It's sort of a riddle. It's a riddle.
What'd you say?
It's like a riddle.
A riddle? I mean, there's a couple differences. I mean, which one would you like to? There's some glaring differences, some physical differences, some statistical differences. Christian Ponder's on the Broncos now. He's a backup.
All right, you're taking this down a road.
Totally off topic, but
yeah. Okay, I'm going to give you the answer because I should have known better. The difference is a defense.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's not a difference between the two of them. It's a team difference.
That's the difference. Christian Ponder had this. Again, I don't think Christian Ponder is good, but Christian Ponder had this defense a few years ago. He's probably still our quarterback.
I don't know. Christian Ponder made a lot more mistakes
but of course he did. But you put Teddy with that defense under those circumstances, I contend, he would make a lot more mistakes too. They were always playing.
Teddy's also played with a much worse offensive line. That offensive line we had with Ponder was pretty good. Really, all things considered, that was a good offensive line.
Maybe.
And Teddy is and I know we've been ragging on the offensive line every week, but Teddy obviously hasn't done a lot to help it. But Teddy has no time most plays. He is rushed in the pocket every time, almost every time. Ponder had a little more time. I don't know. I don't disagree in the fact that Teddy with that defense would be a lot. We wouldn't be 8-3, no doubt. Christian Ponder could probably be 8-3, 7-5, whatever. Christian Ponder would be better with this defense. There's no doubt. But I don't think it's fair or even correct to say Teddy and Christian Ponder are the same level. Just the only difference is the defense.
I think it's completely fair and absolutely correct.
Okay. I don't know. I think that's kind of ridiculous. So you're saying you would be okay if the Vikings today cut Teddy Bridgewater and re-sign Christian Ponder and he started at quarterback?
Well,
You'd be okay with it.
Why would you cut a guy when your team's 8-3? That's ridiculous.
I'm just saying, if something happened to Teddy, like knock on wood, God forbid, and we had to for some reason sign Christian Ponder, he was the only quarterback left alive without being injured, whatever weird situation it is, you'd be okay with that?
I'm not saying I'm okay with either one. I mean, I would love a quarterback that when 9 guys in the box could find a wide receiver. I mean,
I would love Tom Brady too. I mean, I would love.
However,
I'd love a great quarterback too. But
my point to this conversation is that there is not that much difference between these two quarterbacks. I'm not saying I would want either one of them. I think you're missing my point. However,
I'm not missing your point. I'm just saying your point is ridiculous because you didn't want. Like when Christian Ponder was losing, you weren't saying, "Oh, he's just got a bad defense." How's
my point
bad.
Ridiculous? Okay,
because
let me ask you.
When Christian Ponder was here with that bad defense, you weren't saying, "Oh, Ponder will be fine once our defense is fixed." It was like, get rid of Ponder, get him out of here.
That's because the team was doing so bad. You'd never say that. All right, here I got an example for you. I'm going to break this down so you can understand. Let's say you hate white bread.
White bread.
Let's say you hate white bread.
Oh, hate white bread. All right.
Now take 2.
Don't make this a race thing here.
It has nothing to do with the. Okay, let's say you hate Jewish rye bread.
That's just ridiculous, but okay.
Let's say you hate pumpernickel bread.
That's okay. I'm good. I'm behind that.
So take 2 pieces of pumpernickel bread out and put them on the table.
Mm-hmm.
You hate both those pieces of bread.
Right.
You wouldn't want either of those pieces of bread, but you have them, and you were able to make a sandwich with them. Thank you. I rest my case. Good.
That made no sense.
That made total. Wyatt just applauded me. He thought that was brilliant. It makes total sense. My point is, I don't want Teddy or Christian Ponder, but they're the same. Christian Ponder had no defense whatsoever. We have the second best defense in the league right now. We
do have the second best defense in the league, and that's a major reason why we're 8-3.
Thank you. All right, so now
I'm not disagreeing with you that the defense is probably the most important part of our team and is probably what's leading us to this 8-3 season. But I think it's ridiculous to compare the two just because one didn't have a defense and one does. And don't get me wrong, I'm admitting that Teddy did not have is not having a great season. But I
okay, you have
like,
a loaf of pumpernickel bread. Do I have to go back to this?
No, I don't want the stupid sandwich analogy anymore.
Well, it's not stupid. It's dead on because you don't see it. But let's move on. So they're 8-3. I think next week's game is huge. Not again because they can. I think they're in the playoffs no matter what. But they beat Seattle.
I agree.
It's a tough team.
If it wins, I think they're locked into the playoffs.
Now, we have a lot to get to, but on a kind of on a weird note, I don't understand how teams can play 8-9 in the box and still can't stop Adrian Peterson. It's bizarre.
He's just like I said, I'm lucky we're not bigger because I know I'd have people. I'm going to teach you a new word here. People trolling me.
Excuse me?
What happens when you say something dumb? Troll, like the things that live under a bridge.
Yeah.
What they do is you troll somebody by when they're wrong, you tweet at them, like a small example, you tweet at them and say, hey, you're an idiot.
Wait a second. Whoa.
Oh, remember a couple weeks ago when you said this, you're dumb, blah, blah, blah. It's called trolling.
If they're living under their bridge, how do they have electricity to be tweeted at?
No. It's not a literal troll. It's a verb in this case.
My bad.
You troll somebody.
Wasn't that interesting?
Like I said, I'm lucky we're not bigger because I'd have people tell me I'm an idiot, which I am.
Dude, if we had 4 people listening, people would be telling you that.
That's what I'm saying. I understand, but we're not big enough for people to care and tweet at us saying, "Oh, you guys are wrong, you're stupid." And now that I'm saying this, they probably will. But Peterson has been just, I don't know. Sometimes he just has it. There's guys out there that when it comes down to it, when it's on the line, when you need a win, you need a big play. There's some guys that just get it done, and he's done that in a lot of games this year. Like you said, there are 8-9 guys in the box for almost every play, and he's still breaking off 20-yard runs. It's crazy. I don't like I said, if I knew how, I'd be a defensive coordinator in the NFL.
So if someone trolls you, you'll let me know, right?
Do you really? Yeah, I guess.
Well, I don't know.
I will.
So I know what you're talking about. All right. So Vikings, big game next week, and it's time to move on to the University of Minnesota, where there's a lot of interesting stuff going on. So I guess we're going to go to Claysville for the last time this year because their season's over. I got a huge theory on the Jerry Kill loyalty.
That's what I was going to talk about.
Okay, wait. I know what's going on. I finally figured it out. But do you want to talk about the game at all? I mean, who cares? They once again lost to Wisconsin. I don't want to talk about
the game. They lost. They got. First off, before you get into the theory, I think it's strange we axed the guys on offense when our defense just got pummeled by Wisconsin, an unranked team at home.
By the way, I see what you did there with that axed thing.
You like that?
Yeah, that was pretty good.
I'm getting better at some of that stuff.
The Paul Bunyan axed.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so I know I finally figured this whole they're so loyal they'll never leave thing. Jerry Kill.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, Mr. February in the Apples to Apples calendar, 2016 edition. Jerry Kill has naked photos of these coaches. And clearly, neither you, me, Jerry, or Tracy Clays wants a nude photo of him out there. Because 10 seconds after he was named coach, Mr. Loyal, Mr. I'll never leave him, I'm the most loyal guy in the world. Oh, but you offensive coordinator, you quarterbacks coach, see you later, goodbye. He's not that loyal, apparently. So it leads me to believe they were only staying for one reason. They were being blackmailed. Thoughts?
My thoughts are they didn't leave on their own accord. They got fired.
Okay, Junior. I'm not talking about the guys that got fired.
The theory.
All right. Tracy Clays.
Who has pictures of who?
Oh, my gosh. All right.
Jerry Kill had pictures
Jerry
of
Kill, the governor of Jerry Soda, the former.
Jerry Kill in his desk drawer has pictures of Clays.
And all the rest of the coaches.
Who's the other guy? Lime Grover.
I'm not listing the 15 coaches. So he has pictures of all the coaches. Therefore, they never left him.
They never wanted to leave. They could not leave because Jerry Kill would have put the pictures out.
Now, Jerry Kill is, and all we heard about how loyal these guys are. So Tracy Clays is the most loyal.
Here's my thing. Here's my counter theory. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just
Because I don't find
thought here.
Tracy Claeys very loyal, to be honest with you. But go ahead.
No, that's what I was gonna say. My counter theory to you is that it's not like Lime Grover and Zombrowski, however you say it, left. They were fired.
By
so it's not like they were like, oh, thank God, we're not going to get blackmailed anymore. We can go to greener pastures.
Okay, Putz, follow me. My whole premise is how not loyal Tracy Claeys is.
Well, clearly, that's clearly Tracy Claeys doesn't have the same loyalty.
Jerry
Kill did.
Let's see. He was with.
He doesn't have any. Whatever.
Yeah. Let's just
argue
back.
About that. That's not the point.
No.
Here.
Well, let me just back.
I don't want to split hairs here. I want to figure out what you're trying to say.
I don't have time to split hairs. Why would you split hairs? Why don't you just pick a different hair?
Hairs here.
Okay, I'm not going to split hairs. I would pick a different hair. But listen to me. These guys were loyal to Jerry Kill for 20-some years. This guy was loyal to Matt Linegrover for 20-some seconds. So clearly Tracy Claeys isn't loyal. So therefore there was a reason other than loyalty that he stayed. Hence the naked pictures.
I see.
Thoughts?
I would almost be more inclined to say Limegrover had pictures of Jerry Kill. That's why Jerry Kill never fired Limegrover, because if he did, he would have put the pictures out. Limegrover doesn't have anything on Tracy Claeys, so Tracy Claeys is like, I don't care about this guy. He can't do anything to me. See ya.
Okay, nah. I like my theory better.
I don't think your theory is just, like, it doesn't make, like, logically does not make sense.
Okay, so you got a
They
pumpernickel
didn't resign
bread.
or quit. They were fired by Tracy Claeys. So Tracy Claeys had no use for these guys, correct?
Okay, let me break this down to you. You have a pumpernickel bread. You take 2 slices out.
So how about
one
the
is
Wild?
Tracy Claeys.
How about the Wild
No.
and the Timberwolves and those other teams?
Can we agree Tracy Claeys? I'm not talking
Is
about
not loyal. Tracy
yes.
Claeys has no loyalty. Yes,
Not the guys that were fired. Tracy
They
Claeys
were fired.
I know. Oh boy,
You're not making any sense.
I'm making total sense, and everyone
It's
else.
not like they like. Why would Jerry Kill having pictures of them prevent Jerry Kill from firing them? Jerry Kill has the
Okay.
leverage here. He could do whatever he wants. If he has the pictures.
Dude. The whole premise.
Your criminal, like whatever what's the word I'm looking for? Your like criminal analysis skills are pretty.
There's no crimes committed. The whole premise is that
blackmail is a crime, by the way.
Then, not if you don't get caught. None of the coaches.
Well, obviously, nothing's a crime unless you get caught.
The theory is that none of the coaches ever left Jerry Kill.
Yes.
I'm saying it's not because they were loyal. It's because he had something on all of them. Now,
and I'm saying they didn't leave. They were fired. It's different.
You're missing. I get.
Difference.
Okay, stop. Now he's gone. Now you've got 2 pieces of pumpernickel bread on the table, and you've got Tracy Claeys, and he's staring at him, and he's saying, "I really never liked pumpernickel bread, and guess what? I don't have to be loyal anymore. So I'm going to take these pieces of pumpernickel bread and throw them away." So Tracy Claeys is not loyal.
We could go back and forth arguing about this for the next half hour of the show.
Well, if we have to till you figure it out.
You think I'm wrong, but I really think we need to move on.
Okay, but Tracy Claeys is not the loyal one. That's what I'm trying to explain.
No, not at all.
Well, then we're agreeing. Why don't you just? I don't care.
I said from the beginning, I agree that I don't think Tracy Claeys is loyal. I just think your argument was wrong and dumb.
Okay, forget him. Now, a couple weeks ago, when we had Kevin Gorg on, or when he barged in, I mentioned to him that Georgia was going to fire their coach. They did fire their coach, and I mentioned that he would be a great replacement. Well, obviously,
too late.
It's too late. See, I think the Gophers, and then we're going to move on to a couple Gopher teams that suck even worse, and then we'll move on to the really nice story at the U. I think the Gophers next several years are it's going to be pretty bleak. And I know we're always accused of being negative, but that's because 97% of the stuff is negative. I think they made a huge mistake.
We definitely jumped the gun on hiring him. I think it was foolish, and I can't think of a better word than that. It was dumb to hire Tracy Claeys right off the bat.
It was the easy way out.
It was not only the easy way out. It was just it was short-sighted. That's what I'm trying to say. They're like, oh, we need a coach. Oh, we got one. Oh, hired. No. Right. You look at who else you can get. And there was no reason to hire him halfway through the season. You know how many times teams have interim coaches? It's just like a thing in sports. You fire somebody, someone finishes the season, then you look for another coach.
And to your point,
like, why not do that?
To your point, I think the offense actually has been better than the defense.
It has. Maybe not this past game. They weren't great, but the defense just got ran over by what's his name? Dale. I'm gonna butcher this. It's like Dale Ogumbawale, who's good. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
But he's not like Derrick Henry or Leonard Fournette or Ezekiel Elliott. He's not like really in the Heisman discussion or anything. And he did what all three of their running backs did whatever they wanted.
Right.
All game.
No, it's
at home.
It's bleak. It's really bleak, unfortunately. But
Tracy Clay's the old defensive coordinator. He can't fire himself, but if he should have.
No, and it's going to be bad. So, but we've got better news because you got the Gopher hockey. Oh wait, they suck too.
But what about the Gopher
basket? No.
Oh, I guess they haven't. Who do they play? Someone they play like Clemson in the ACC challenges here.
They play Clemson.
Game. The women play Duke, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, so they do play Clemson. Depending on when you're listening to this, they would have already played them or they play them. But
true.
But
real feel good story.
My feel good story, because I've been talking about this group of women for several weeks now. And I'm going to say my Gopher women's volleyball team. Not only did they win the Big Ten Conference Championship outright, which means by themselves, Drew, they are the number 2 overall seed in the NCAA volleyball tournament. That's awesome. They host the first 2 rounds at the Sports Pavilion. I will be there. And if they make it to the next round, they go to Des Moines, Iowa, and I will be there too. Des
Moines. There's an S at the end of the.
Oh, Des Moines, Iowa. They're playing at Des Moines, Iowa, to get to the Final Four, which would be in Omaha, Nebraska.
Omaha?
Isn't that it? Omaha. Yeah, that's what I said. So that's the real team.
I'm looking at the bracket. Just I'm curious now.
Shouldn't you have done that before the show?
No, because what do you want me to do? Memorize 64 teams and where they are?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do that next time. I'm sorry.
All right,
that was
so
bad.
good luck to that. We will keep everyone posted on, and people should be checking.
They got a meeting with Penn State, fellow division rival, in their future in the what would that be? The Elite Eight.
Yeah, I know, which could be troublesome. They have although they beat them once this year.
Is it troublesome?
I was going to combine 2 different words, and
that was not the right. We probably would have been better off saying.
Yeah, well, I was trying to put the
problematic.
I was putting the pumpernickel bread away, so I was kind of distracted.
You don't even like pumpernickel bread.
First
Why
of all,
do you have that with you?
I love pumpernickel bread. I don't know what.
Oh wait, you're the one that likes it. I always forget.
Yeah. So we haven't done this in a while, and Father Jingdal, I believe the March cover boy. Are you there, Drew?
Yeah, March. Yeah, you're right.
Okay, we got to talk to Wild. It seems like they've decided to take their mid-season swoon a little early. Yep, they decided to do it
a little earlier this year.
I guess I don't. It's like they don't have any punch, and maybe that's literally too. I don't know.
That one guy, Gabriel's been in like 3 fights. He's only played like 3 games.
Yeah, I don't even know what to say about him. They're not awful. They're not good.
They just gotta okay, so I understand in hockey an overtime loss is worth a point, but whenever I look at records in hockey, I just combine the losses and I look. Because a loss is a loss in my eyes. I understand in the points and the standings it's different, but loss is a loss.
Right.
If you combine their regular loss and their overtime losses, they're a 500 hockey team. You expect more out of this team. And getting Parisi back was supposed to change everything and supposed to make us better, and it was supposed to be like we were on a skid, and Parisi back was supposed to fix it. They've gotten they got rocked by Winnipeg, and they choked the game away at home against Dallas.
Well,
they lost 3 straight games at home.
I think
to 2 division rivals and a bad Vancouver team.
Well, we've got Parisi back, but I honestly
it hasn't helped them.
No, they've got like 6 or 7 guys that are the same. They have this Porter guy. I don't know why he's there. They've got a continuous rotation of Schrader and Hala.
Schrader, they put Schrader on waivers.
Right, he's back. He's in the minors. He cleared waivers.
Did he clear it?
And Fontaine and different spurts, they're all okay. But even Koivu and Granlund and these same guys that just and Pominville finally scored. It's just they got too much of the same. And I guess we talked about this earlier, but sooner or later we're going to say, oh, yep, they'll be okay. And then it's going to be a mad dash to get to the playoffs again.
The problem was supposedly, I think that everybody that knows something about hockey said the problem was going to be scoring goals. That was what people thought the problem was going to be. And in the last 6 games, they've only won 1. If you don't include the win, so they've lost 5 of the last 6. Or they've actually lost 6 of the last 7, but the other one was against Dallas in overtime. Anyways, they've given up 4, 4, 3, 3, and 4 goals. And they're scoring 3, 2, 4, 2, 1, 3. It's not really scoring goals. It's just they're and even earlier in the season we were winning games 5-4, 4-3. Like there's no defense. There's not. Right. Dubnik's not playing. He played good for a stretch. He's not playing great anymore. He's taking a lot of shots. It's frustrating. I don't know. It's the same old thing. We got the talent. You think we have the guys. You think this is the year, and then, like you said, they just did the mid-season skid a little earlier this year.
I just think we have
Christmas came a little early.
Yeah. Well, it's right around the corner too. But I think they. I just think they have too much of the same kind of guy. But I don't know. For all your real
I don't know. No one on our team seems to have like a killer instinct. We don't have, and I know we don't have an Ovechkin. No one does except Washington. But an Ovechkin, a Kane, a Taves, a Crosby, a Malkin, Stamkos, a Ben and Sagan on Dallas. We just don't have a guy that can just get us a goal when we need it.
We need a tough.
We just don't. Because Parise has to he's got to work for his goals. He's not going to take the puck from one end to the other end and score. He's just not.
And the sad thing is unlike most years, I don't think we can even wheel and deal and make trades because with the salary cap, there's no room. It didn't go to where they thought.
We're right
it was
up against
go.
It.
So again, for more of your hockey needs, I highly recommend the Wild Wednesday show or the Sports Ticket, which comes up following us on Mondays and any other time with Kendall Mark and Kevin Gorg. They'll talk Wild. They talk other stuff too, but they talk Wild. They know a lot more. So there's our little Wild take. Do you want to, before we get into apple picking, you want to talk a little T-Wolves?
I mean, it's this. I don't want to say the same old thing with them because we're getting more than we really thought. If nothing else, it's been a promising couple weeks. We haven't talked about them in a while, like you said. It's been promising. These guys, young guys, are looking good. They're winning games they should win. They're winning some big games. I mean, they're losses.
Drew, this is quite unusual, but Coach K.
I do know Coach K.
He just sent me a note that he will have breaking news shortly, which is weird that we're being warned that we're going to have more breaking news. But this is it is what it is. And he is, let's just say he is steaming over what happened to him last week. So I guess look forward to some more breaking news, but I didn't mean to interrupt, but that's it.
Are you going to play the music when there actually is the breaking news? Because I don't
this
think
was breaking news. It just came across my desk. Go ahead.
I know, but are we going to play it again when you finally find out what the news is? You see what I'm saying here?
Yeah. Continue on your Timberwolves rant.
I don't know. We only lost the Clippers by 8. Beat the Hawks again. That's kind of cool.
So what are we, 8 and 9?
My only. We talked about the Sam Mitchell rotation being strange. I've watched more Timberwolves since I've paid more attention to it since that got brought up, and it is a bad rotation. I think he almost cost us that first Hawks game with the rotation. But one thing I've seen the last couple weeks has been strange is that Jang is in it. Gorgie Jang, not Father Jang doll.
No,
is in at the end of these games and not Towns, which I think is a little bizarre. And I understand right now Jang may be the better player.
No way.
But that in and of itself, it's just the whole point of this team is to get these young guys ready. And I think Towns has played well enough that he deserves to play at the end. That's my only real qualm. I know he's dealing with some injuries now, but not Towns, Mitchell. But so I don't.
If I was running the Timberwolves, and I'm not even maybe I can because I don't know who is. I would take Rubio.
Garnett's going next year.
Which
You know, in his contract that he gets a front office position when he retires.
Yeah, well, he should start now. I would take Rubio, Zheng, and who's the big doofus Russian that's hurt every 10 minutes?
Pekovic. No one will take Pekovic.
I understand. I would beg somebody.
Huge contract.
I'd get the three of them out. I don't care what I'd get for him. I would get some rubles.
And no one will take Pekovic. He is, like you said, injury prone and not good. Well, and we paid him so much money. We just can't. That's a contract we cannot.
We
unload.
Were dumb enough to get him in the first place. There might be someone dumb enough. It's time.
I don't even
Rubio.
know if you can say we need to get rid of Rubio anymore. That he's completely a difference maker.
He doesn't play.
I know, but when he does, we win.
Oh, so that'll be good. So luckily, we'll get 16 wins because he can only play 16 games. I think Levine might not
to be healthy. I understand, but it's the same. You can't get rid of a guy that helps you win.
Well, I guess I'm confused because if he never plays, how can he really?
I get it, Bob. I get it.
Okay,
but you can't. I don't know.
All right.
I don't think. What you're just going to get enough. Like
use your words, buddy. Use your words.
Like you said, no one's going to take. I don't know. I just don't think anyone will take any of those guys either.
Well, then what do we need?
We don't want them.
So let me see if I can recap what you're saying. They're so important to us, but no one else would take them.
Pekovic is not important. Zheng is not important. You can get rid of them, but no one will take Pekovic because he's getting paid millions of dollars to do nothing.
That part's true.
And Zheng is a bench big man. We could get the same exact replacement for him, but that's all we're going to get for him is the same thing.
Well,
we're not going to get any value out of trading those guys. I really don't think. Rubio, maybe.
I guess the moral of the story is that the Timberwolves are more than respectable. They're, believe 8 and 9.
8 and 9. They're a game out of the playoffs.
Right. And to be determined, I guess. I mean, they are. Why they're better on the road? I don't know.
If nothing else, it's hopeful. It's optimistic. It looks good.
Well, it's not as bad as it's been. So
we could be the 76ers. That's a team that's tanked the last couple of years, and they don't have a win. We've tanked the last couple of years, and we got 8 wins. You know,
okay,
could be a lot worse.
Anything else before we move on to apple picking? Brought to you by Coors Light.
No. Actually, yeah, I do.
Okay.
Why, when you talk about other shows, you do it in a weird voice?
Well, first of all, what was that?
When you talk about other shows, like, and then next will be Kevin Gorg and Kendall Mark. It's like you're doing a commercial for like a movie. Like
that's outrageous.
Like it's like the ESPN 30. Like, what if I told you that at 4:30?
You interrupted
it's like your answering machine. You gotta just listen when you listen to this show. You totally change your.
So
voice
I need to listen.
You talk about other shows.
So wait, let me get this straight because I'm writing this down. I need to listen when I listen to this show. What else would I be doing when I'm listening to this show?
I don't know. So I need to listen, not just hear it.
So I would turn the show on, but not listen.
I hear most of the things you say. I don't really listen, though.
Okay, well, I'll keep that in mind for next time I talk about it. But we have breaking news.
Right.
Coach K is back, and he is steamed. He wants to know why he was replaced by the committee. He thinks it's not fair. He's demanding to be put on the cover, not the front cover, the back cover of the calendar. And he's not real happy with the doctor, and he is issuing a challenge. He knows that we're going to this is crazy. He knows that we have a live show coming up.
I know what you're going to say.
12.
Because I got the break news updated. This is what you should do in that voice, in that weird voice you do.
Okay, so should I do it in a wrestling announcing voice? Is that what you want me to do?
Yeah, that's exactly what you should do.
So so I'm trying to figure out how exactly to do this. Should I do it like they were actually okay? Well, I'm just gonna throw it out there. Okay, here we go. Coach K has issued a challenge to the doctor. December 21st at the Trail Stop Tavern. He wants the doctor in a cage. The first time ever, apples to apples cage match. He wants to wrestle or fight the doctor in a cage. He wants a cage match to settle who really should be Mr. September. So then if I was the announcer, I'd say, the following No, I won't get that far. So
well, you can do that come December 21st.
So that's the doctor, not the doctor, the coach. Coach K is throwing out a challenge. He's not happy. He's furious. Now, I thought didn't Coach K rip me a bunch of times? So should I really care?
And the doctor.
So I don't know, doctor, if you want to chime in, that's fine. But it is now. So there's the breaking news. It's time though for apple picking. And before we start apple picking, this isn't breaking news, but I want to acknowledge one of the Orchard members. Ray Christie scored his first high school goal Saturday night. So when the Orchard does good things, we want to make that announcement. So congratulations, Ray, on your first high school goal on Saturday night. All right, Drew.
Congratulations, Ray. That's all. Good for Ray. That's awesome.
That's kind of. So the fallout continues from our swimsuit calendar with an open cage match challenge to the doctor. And the doctor's not exactly on the top of our list either, by the way.
And, I'm going to start with this question, this apple. I don't even know. Well, not quite
it's called
totally
apple
there yet with all the terms. That wasn't great, I understand. But the doctor
that wasn't even good.
Already had some remarks before the coach issued his challenge.
Okay.
He says, first off, I would like to say that unfortunately I will not be able to. I don't care. So if that fake coach tries to throw shade at me, please tell him I will take his whistle, turn that something I'm not at liberty to say over the airwaves sideways, and stick it straight up his. Oh wait, I'm sorry, it's a family show. I wouldn't want your mom to find me.
Well, first of all,
that's fighting words.
You could have said that. That's what The Rock always says.
Yeah, but I'm not The Rock.
It's some bitch
like
sideways.
Yeah, well, you can say it. There you go.
That's actually pretty funny. Okay.
His greatest sports moment.
Whoa! What does shade mean?
Like, just say bad things. I can't give you much more
so
than that.
There's
really.
bad blood between the two. Maybe we will have
if you throw shade at somebody, you're like talking bad about them.
We will have to talk to Jackie, the real boss, and see if we can set up a cage match. So stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
All right. Did the doctor
his greatest sport moment in the past 10 years, as much as I did not like the guy, had to be Derek Jeter's last game at Yankee Stadium with his last 2 at-bats. What do you have against Derek Jeter? What could you possibly have against
his
Derek
last
Jeter?
at-bat was pretty cool when he got the game-winning hit.
And that's actually one of the things I was going to bring up. Like, I don't care. Like, people say, oh, you gave him an easy fastball. Who cares?
Right.
Still awesome.
Right.
Still cool.
All right.
He also was mad he doesn't have a T-shirt.
What?
Well, he said, why is it that everyone seems to have gotten their T-shirt except me? First, I've been wrongfully banned from the show. Well, first off, you weren't wrongfully banned. You were rightfully banned.
Well,
he wants a T-shirt.
The Apples to Apples executive board will be meeting next weekend on various topics, and we will definitely chat about the doctor and if he should get his I mean, I suppose technically he should get one, even though we disagree with 99% of what he says.
Yeah,
but okay.
I'm not in charge of the T-shirts, so I'll leave that up to.
All right. Well, we'll see what comes out.
So division of Apples to Apples.
That's enough about those two. All right, let's go.
Charles Howe has a question.
Yeah.
Who loses first, Patriots or Panthers? I think Patriots.
I say Patriots too. Okay, next.
All right, cool. Sam Applebaum, no relation, wants to know, and actually there's 2 questions here. One from Sam Applebaum, no relation, and one from Cole Hiddle. I think I pronounced that right. If I didn't, I'm sorry. Sam asks, will Golden State lose first or will the Sixers win first? And Cole Hiddle asks, what will be higher at the end of the year, Golden State losses or 76ers wins?
Oh, I think Golden State will lose first. What do you think? I don't know why I think that. I mean, how do you even...
God, how do you predict that? I'm curious who they each play coming up, but I'm not gonna rattle them off.
All right. I'm gonna go with Golden State's gonna lose first, and I think Golden State. Here's my prediction: the Sixers are gonna win 10 games, and Golden State's only gonna lose 8. Therefore, it would be 10-8 Sixers if I got that question.
Do you think
right.
Sixers have more wins than?
Yes, I guess that's
Golden
what I'm
State
saying.
Losses.
I believe that's what I'm saying, yes.
I think I'm going to agree with that because I think the Sixers are going to have some crappy wins in the middle of the season when no one really cares.
Right.
God. Sixers are so bad. I don't want to completely agree with you, but I may have to.
Okay, well, we got a lot to get
the
to.
Sixers play the Sixers play LA.
Use
and
your
the
words,
Knicks
buddy.
and
Just
Denver.
take a deep.
Yeah.
Okay, take a deep breath. It's okay. Take a deep breath.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Sixers win.
Okay.
Golden State has more. No, Sixers have more wins and they win first.
Okay, look at it this way: the Sixers are a piece of pumpernickel bread,
right?
And Golden State's the other piece.
And the pumpernickel bread, right?
Okay.
2 slices, right?
All right,
making sandwiches.
There you go. Next question.
Seamus Harvey. He asks, "Are you gonna miss Kobe? And what are your favorite Kobe moments?" I'm gonna miss Kobe.
You know, I never really used to like Kobe.
Well, you had reasons to in the past. I will grant you that he wasn't the greatest guy, but
here's my. The league needs well, I think in general the league needs superstars.
Absolutely.
And I some of the current ones are just hard to get behind.
Yep.
Kobe was sort of, Kobe's career was beyond amazing.
Yep.
So, did he want to know what his best moments were?
What are your favorite Kobe moments?
Well, I mean, there's a couple. I mean, he scored 81 points. That
was incredible. I actually watched. I'm going to retweet it from our account later because I thought it was cool. SportsCenter tweeted the highlight, and it was of Kobe scoring 81 points. The SportsCenter highlight from that night, and it was Stuart Scott doing the highlight. And I thought that was pretty cool to hear and listen to because part of the reason I think I'm going to miss Kobe is he's like one of the last guys, those sports superstars, like from my like childhood growing up, like watching sports. He's one of the last ones, and he's gone now. He's going to be gone.
Well,
so to watch him and with Stuart Scott, it was kind of cool for me. I think it was cool for a lot of people to see that.
I don't look it up because we don't have time. But he had something like 5 or 6 championships.
5 championships,
1 league MVP, I think,
an
and a
MVP, 18 All-Star games.
Yeah, I mean,
something like that.
His career was beyond crazy,
incredible.
I think I heard. I don't know. I want to say there was a game against Dallas where he scored 62 points through 3 quarters, and Dallas only had like 61. So I think that's a pretty amazing stat if that's true, and maybe I just made that up. But
he did some absolutely incredible things, and I think even if you don't miss the guy, you have to miss just having a superstar that's that good. It's been honestly kind of sad watching the past couple years just suck. It was like watching Peyton Manning at the beginning of this year. You're watching this absolute superstar, surefire Hall of Famer, one of the greatest ever, just suck.
It's I think if you compare him to Peyton, I mean, Kobe's one of the top, even just stat wise, he's one of the top 5 players to ever play. Just with all the championships, and I mean, I think he would leave. I think he would shade Peyton Manning.
You throw shade at somebody. You don't just shade them.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, in like 10 years, when you're talking who if you're picking a starting 5, who's in it, Kobe's going to be in the discussion, and I think that's reason enough to miss him.
All right, next.
Quinn Dolan. Who's the best coach in the NFL? Best moment, Giants beat Patriots in 2008 Super Bowl, ending the undefeated season. That was pretty cool with the helmet catch and everything. David Tyree. That was pretty cool.
Hey, Drew.
Yep.
Hang on a second. Wyatt, can you hit the breaking news? We have, once again, break-in news. Guess who just walked in the studio?
Who?
I said guess.
Kevin Gorg.
I'm much more feminine and a little less. Well, actually, probably hairier than Gorg somehow.
Yeah, I think Kevin might be a tad more feminine. Kendall Mark just barged in
with a cookie.
So are you going to eat that?
Yeah, I'm going to eat it. Well, because it's got a Snickers bar in it.
Did you bake those? No, you didn't bake those.
No, Aaron's mom bakes them.
Aaron's mommy. So, Drew, Kendall's here.
Can you have Aaron's mom send me some of those cookies?
Right? That's what I'm saying. I'm like, Aaron, aren't you like 28? Maybe you should stop picking up cookies from your mom's house. But
personally, I think Aaron made him and he just said it was his mom, but that's a whole other story. So, Kendall, thanks for coming.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Right now, we had to start without you because you didn't make it to the beginning, but that's okay. So
like the first, 45 minutes of the show?
Or so, yeah. We started a little late.
Yeah, maybe a little.
So right now we're in the middle of, we call it apple picking, which questions from the orchard.
Okay.
I know it's a little weird for you. And you're going to hear some disturbing things.
Mm-hmm. I love disturbing things.
Good. So this is perfect. So Drew's
right
going to
in.
just read the questions that we got and then just chime in.
Okay.
All right, Drew, what's the next question?
Jack Rowe asks, which Heisman Trophy winner do you think had the best NFL career, and do you think Brock Osweiler will be an elite quarterback? His best sports moment is when the Twins won the World Series in 1987. Jack, that's a little longer than 10 years ago.
Yeah, Kendall doesn't like that question.
Who knows who won all the Heisman trophies?
She just spit on me, too.
I didn't realize that the microphone would pick that up so well, but now I'm embarrassed.
Well, you've been in front of a microphone more than I have. You should.
I know, but I usually don't eat.
So this show is not important to you enough to just come in and not eat.
Dude,
I was
hungry.
saying Kevin probably doesn't let her eat.
Wait, I'm sorry. Did I just pull you out of your car and beg you to come in here?
Basically, I mean, all of a sudden, I
actually.
just parked and there's this man in this giant orange shirt, like waving
Like an airport
crazily,
with an
like,
airport.
God, I thought a terrorist was coming in or
All
something.
right, so Kendall,
Okay.
instead of answering that question, because we got to get to some other ones, what's going on with your life right now?
Not a lot. I mean, well, like a lot, but nothing new.
Aren't you supposed to be at Dave and Buster's, by the way?
Right. So we were supposed to we have a new thing on Mondays. We're going to be from 5 to 6 at Dave and Buster's, me and Gorg. And
Right.
apparently because of this weather emergency, aka snow, we're getting.
Oh yeah,
It was crazy. So I live in Uptown, and I work downtown. It took me an hour and a half to get from Uptown to downtown on Hennepin Avenue.
Oh, so that wouldn't have been a good idea.
Yeah. So they didn't have it this week. But yeah, that'll be from now on Mondays. I won't be in the studio, which is such a bummer. So I had to come up and say hi.
Yeah, because I might not see you again unless I
ever again. Hopefully.
stop by Dave.
What? I
That
said
just
that out
got
loud.
awkward. What have I ever done to you?
But then moving on with the questions.
Oh, sorry.
So on December 3rd, I'll be at the XL Energy Center hosting again for the Wild. About the Wild.
If the Orchard members come up, are you going to run the other way, or will you sign autographs, take pictures?
Well, come to section 123 and wave obnoxiously and be like, hey.
Do people do that while they're drooling and have their pretzel falling?
Well, a lot of times people do it, and then I'm like, oh yeah, that's my cousin. Or, like, oh yeah, that was my best friend in high school.
And which is weird because if you're down south, you would have been married to your cousin.
Probably. I mean, as like a 7-year-old, I probably wanted to marry my cousins before I knew that was
Really?
wrong. Well, they were all like way older than me.
Boy, we're getting a lot of stuff that you don't get on this sports ticket.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Jack, you know what? Well, we'll skip your question. Drew, do you have another question? Maybe this one Kendall will like.
I have a bunch of other ones.
All right, go for it.
Graham O'Malley wants to know what our college football playoff teams are.
Okay, I'll give mine. And
Okay.
every time that you ask a question, she takes another bite. It's just really weird. But I'm going to go with Clemson,
Right.
Alabama,
Yep.
Oklahoma, and I think Michigan State's going to beat Iowa and Michigan State. And she's nodding her head no. And Michigan, but this is my opinion. And Michigan State's going to get in.
I actually agree. I hate that
Can you
I'm
use the
saying that, but
microphone?
I agree. I don't think Iowa's played anybody that good, and I think they've barely beat the not so good teams.
Kendall disagrees.
Yeah, I think I was going to make it. I think they're going to do it.
Okay.
But that's because my mom's a Hawkeye.
Oh, so you're basing.
Oh.
Okay. Well, that
Yeah.
makes sense.
I know.
But what?
And
do
I
you
really like their wrestling program. So
Well, it's not the wrestling team, though.
I know, but don't give me that look. I can't see what looks you're giving me, Drew, but this old man
I
over
promise
here,
you
he's
I
all
won't.
bad.
Why do you like their wrestling program?
They have a fantastic wrestling
well,
program.
so does the University
So
of
do the
Minnesota.
Gophers.
They suck this year. The Gophers are going to be horrible this year.
In
Hey,
wrestling?
I'm still going to go to all the meets, but everybody
What?
graduated last year.
How do you know so much about
I was gonna
college
say,
wrestling?
Why do you know?
Why do you know all this? Full disclosure.
Yeah.
Did you meet Jordan, the boyfriend?
No, he's never
Oh,
around.
he was
when
a
I
college wrestler.
Oh, he
So,
was?
Yeah, he was third in the country at one point.
met. For the U?
No, he was going to go to Northwestern and then ended up going to lacrosse. So D3.
Huh.
He played lacrosse?
He wasn't funny. No, he
Went
went
to
to
lacrosse.
lacrosse.
Dad.
I don't want to get too personal, but are his ears all?
Yeah, he's got one that has
Cauliflower
surgically
ears?
repaired.
Ugh.
It doesn't have feeling, so it gets really cold in winter. So he wears these little funny earmuffs.
So you just
He
keep
looks
hitting
like a
him and
little. He's so feminine in the winter. It's hilarious. But so we watch a lot of wrestling.
Okay, well, that makes sense.
In college, I knew a bunch of the wrestlers too, and so it's just
All
kind
right.
of progressed on from there.
Fair
cool.
enough.
That makes
Fair
sense.
enough.
All
Thank
right.
you.
I'm a big fan of the volleyball team, by the way.
Yeah, you told me that. They did. They just did really well this weekend.
They not only did they win the Big Ten
They got the number
title,
2 seed, right?
Absolutely. See?
I came prepared with volleyball just
Sweet.
because of you.
Hit me with your cookie.
That's
there.
smart. 'Cause he would have grilled you if you didn't.
All right. Next.
Ray Christie, congratulations on the goal, wants to know he says his favorite sport moment in the last 10 years would be the Michael Phelps 8 gold medal performance at the Olympics. That was pretty cool. And he wants to know how the Applebaum Thanksgiving was. I thought it was pretty good.
I want to know how it was, too.
I enjoyed it. I had a good time.
I had to drive a day and a half to see Drew. And
I didn't. First off, I did not ask you. You for some reason chose to do it after you said 17 times you were never going to do it again.
How did that make you feel when he just said that?
Well, I'm going to say something that's going to make him feel even worse.
But he blames me for driving out when I didn't ask him. I'm happy they came out and we had fun. It was a good time, but I don't need him to complain to me when I didn't ask. So I don't need him to try and make me feel bad. For no reason. I'm
going to announce this in front of Kendall and Wyatt and you and then the other 4,000 Orchard members. Mom and I on the way home, somewhere between Sandusky, Pennsylvania, Ohio, I don't know, somewhere
every
there.
Time you were talking about a place, I knew you were going to say that.
This is my announcement, Putz. Just listen to me. We decided that we don't like you enough to drive out there ever again. So we might fly.
I'm saying. I don't know why you guys did that. I know you don't.
The Thanksgiving part was nice. We went to Philly for a day, but it's not going to happen.
That was fun. That was cool.
All right, next. How did we get off topic? Go ahead. Next question.
You got us off topic. Matthew Johns wants to know if we could only watch one sports team for the rest of our life, who would it be? I'd say the Twins, because I'm assuming that means we can't, because I want to go to only, if I could only go to a game, I'd want it to be a baseball game outside. I think that's just fun, the best, time. I know they're not the best, but, because of the atmosphere of a baseball game, I'm going to go with the Twins.
Well, wouldn't you pick a team that's good, though, if that's the only team you could ever watch? Thank you.
Yeah,
well, what about you?
My choice, I don't have very many good choices.
Iowa wrestling?
No.
I don't want to have to move somewhere just to watch a sports team.
That's true. Can it be
anything.
Team? I know what I'm going to pick, and you're going to tell me I can't pick this.
You can pick anything.
I can pick anything?
Absolutely.
Can I pick Team America in the Olympics?
Yes.
I picked Team America because they encompass a lot of sports.
However.
Yeah, but you only get it every 4 years.
Are you talking winter or summer Olympics?
Can I do both?
Yes, no. I think you can. No, I think you can.
You just told me there were no rules.
That's totally different.
Drew, shut up. I told her there's no rules.
Can I say bullshit on your show?
No.
Oh, well, that's baloney.
Well, it's too late. It's too late.
Hey, for Father Jingdal, she didn't mean that S word. Kendall, we have a...
I said bullsh.
Yeah.
Like Bolshevik.
What's your favorite Olympic sport?
Oh, God, that's hard. We're talking about
winter and summer.
Winter, I love downhill skiing.
No, but what's your favorite winter sport?
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, I meant to watch.
Alpine skiing. You're funny. That's my favorite.
Okay, what about summer?
Summer
synchronized
is a tie
swimming
between the gymnastics and some of those track events get kind of fun.
You weren't a synchronized swimmer in high school?
Do I look like a synchronized swimmer?
I don't know what a synchronized swimmer looks like.
Well, you have a nose plug wrapped around your neck. I just thought
a nose. It's
you know how
scarf.
They wear you know how they wear those nose plugs?
I have a nose plug around my neck. It's a scarf.
It was a joke.
It wasn't a very funny one.
I know it didn't go well.
Daggers.
She's staring at me. I know that's that. If you could see the look I'm getting right now, help me out.
When I'm out of cookies,
she just left to go eat more cookies. All right, next question, Drew.
Jack Rowe is another question I get.
Okay.
Sorry, didn't get the 10 years memo.
Right.
Best moment. Okay. Thanks, Jack. I'm glad. Good correction. Coverboy 8675309.
Ooh, nice
Wyatt,
name.
thank you for tweeting at us. Love being your producer. Thanks for the shout out. You're welcome.
So Kendall, I got
having you.
What that's all about is last week we had the big reveal of our swimsuit calendar.
Yeah.
She's laughing.
First off, we're sorry you didn't make the cut.
Yeah, it's nothing personal.
Really
but I think when you hear some of
the...
I'll give you some of the highlights, okay? Terry Ryan was Mr. October, so we wanted him to actually finally feel good in October and do something good.
We thought it was a nice charitable gesture.
Jerry Kill was Mr. February because we wanted to show him some love. I'll skip through
Valentine's Day.
And your boy, who's more popular than Santa, Kevin Gorg, was Mr. December.
And did he send you that picture? The one with the dog in front of
I snuck in and took one, but we won't talk about that.
Okay.
However, there was a big upset because our cover boy was Wyatt.
How did that go? That was such a straight face.
And because of that, he at the Alive and Social Network here, they made him a Twitter page. He's never tweaked before.
You've never tweeted? Tweaked? Did you say tweaked?
Yeah.
Like you
At
tweak
least
your back?
twerk.
I meant twerk.
Better.
He's never twerked before.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
his
me neither.
handle, if you want to check him out, is Coverboy8675309.
8675309.
So that's what that was all about. Okay, Drew, next question. Have you answered any of our actual questions yet?
I did. The Olympics.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
And Iowa. Kind of. Sort of. No.
And Iowa, kind of.
Sort of.
I just want to. This is probably gonna be a strange one, Kendall. Just so you know ahead of time.
Oh, good.
The representative has a question. He asked. Well, the question's actually pretty good. It's his comments after. Do you think Byung-ho Park is worth what the Twins are paying? Will he be able to get the Twins into the playoffs? We don't even really know how much they've paid yet because they haven't even signed them. So.
Well, so far $12.85 million. So do you think this is the Korean dude?
$12.85
That's just to
million?
negotiate. They haven't even paid him yet.
That's just to talk to him. That's what I didn't read that yet.
We paid
but...
the city
right?
of Korea.
We paid the city of South Korea.
The city of South Korea. The city. Wow, it's a big ass city.
$12.85 million just to talk to the dude. He's in town, by the way. He arrived last night. All joking aside.
I don't know how anybody is worth that kind of money just to talk to.
Right.
We don't know anything about this guy.
In soccer, I know we don't talk a lot of soccer, but in soccer,
so why would we
does.
start now?
Because it's applicable.
Oh, it applies
in soccer,
too.
you pay a transfer fee.
Okay.
So you pay other teams hundreds of millions of dollars just to get the player, and then you have to pay the player's salary. It's absolutely insane because there's no salary cap or anything in soccer. So if you have a rich guy running your team, you can do whatever you want.
And that has what to do with the Korean dude?
It's the same thing. Like they pay hundreds of millions of dollars just to get these guys and then have to pay them. That's what we're doing with Byung-ho Park. We're paying $13 million just to talk to him. And we're probably going to have to pay him another $100 million.
That's what's wrong with the world is that these soccer, you know how soccer is the number one sport in the rest of the world? What is most of the rest of the world other than Europe and Australia and Canada? Third world countries, right?
Right.
Well,
and they all love soccer and they'll pay millions and millions of dollars for soccer, but they're all in slums. I think I just solved world hunger somehow in there.
We should take all the money from soccer and put it towards
hunger strikes.
You know what? Just one more problem the Apples to Apples show has solved. So
we're just solving problems everywhere.
All right, I'm not. I got a little distracted. I don't know what the original question was.
Tell me about baseball.
Do we think Byung-ho Park can take us to the playoffs?
No. Why would one individual slugger be able to do that? I mean, our problem is so many other areas besides that.
How do you feel about Joe Mauer? Because you can't really say.
Yeah, actually, that's a good question.
Because we can say it on our show.
Gorg couldn't say anything.
No, but you can.
No, you can.
I still technically have a contract with them too, but not with the Twins. Anyway.
Well, it's free speech and stuff.
Right.
Trust me, no one at that none of them are listening.
Okay, anybody who is listening, you didn't hear it from me. You heard it from my alter ego, Shaniqua Sass, but that's a whole
I've been dying to meet Shaniqua.
She crazy.
She is crazy. Hey, girl.
Hey. So
that was Wyatt, by the way, but go ahead.
So, Joe Mauer, right?
Yeah, tell me the truth.
Joe Mauer. You know, I think Joe had his prime and Joe had his time.
Shanika says time to go.
Shanika says time to go.
Yeah, see, I agree. I totally agree.
I get that he's the face of the team, but there's so many other people that can be the face of the team. I mean, put Brian Dozier. He'll be the face of your team. Whatever. They've got him signed on for a bajillion more years and a bajillion more dollars. You've got these new young guns. Snow's going to be He's going to be it. He's going to be the face of the franchise eventually.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and if things develop the way that they supposedly think they're going to for Byron Buxton.
And Rosario.
If he's going to be just like Torrey Hunter. And Rosario who came,
I'm a huge Eddie Rosario
fan.
fan.
And I think that most people who watch the Twins, but, maybe you're like me and don't keep huge tabs on any of their minor league stuff.
What?
I don't keep huge tabs in my
You don't
leagues,
care
I
about the
know.
Fort Myers Miracle?
Thank you.
Cedar Rapids.
Shaniqua does.
Suck.
Oh wait, you are Shaniqua.
I
Sorry.
am. So
I get so confused.
it's hard. I know. I went to a lot of therapists to figure this out. But
Really?
anyway,
when you get older, who are you gonna stick with? Shaniqua or
depends
Kendall?
on who I end up with.
Who does? Oh,
Or
it's-
Jordan.
Oh.
So wait a second.
No,
So-
I'm going to end up with Jordan.
Well, I
just
didn't
mean,
sound like it.
depends on like if something would happen.
Such as?
God, I don't know. I'm so like digging myself into this weird
No, you're not. You know
trench.
what? Because
It's like Nazi Germany, and I don't know
deal.
what's happening anymore.
You feel so comfortable on this show that you just.
I think there was something in the
Are
cookie.
you having problems with Jordan?
No, I don't have problems.
So let's just
Jordan.
say, let's just
Now
say
you're
you
causing
end up
problems
with
that aren't that. You
with
need to-
Jaden.
Stop.
Let's say you end up with Jaden instead of Jordan.
What?
Will you end up being? We got to go in like 2 minutes, but
I know this is so irrelevant and erroneous.
the
Welcome
orchard.
to the
There's
show.
4,000 people listening.
I know.
Isn't that
and
crazy?
Hopefully, one of them isn't my boyfriend.
Can you? He secretly might be.
And
an
if he
orchard
is,
member.
he's gonna be like, I'll
It was
get home and be
entertaining.
like, oh jeez.
Can you believe 4,000 people
You know
listen
how
to
many
this
times I get oh jeez every day?
from him?
Oh,
Yeah.
geez.
Do you
Oh
guys?
jeez.
Do you live together?
Yeah.
So you probably get it a
Oh
lot.
jeez. Hey, can you go to? Oh jeez.
Really?
All the stupid
Are
things
you-
I do. Oh, are you kidding me?
Are you high maintenance or is Jordan?
No, neither of us is high maintenance at all. The problem is like people think, like when he met me, he knew I was on TV, and they get you all glammed up, and you're all pretty, and da 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 da, and you think you're this like cute little specimen, and then you're like, oh wait, you have a personality, and you're kind of crazy in like a funny, weird,
Right.
I don't care, I'll pick my nose in public way,
She just did.
and I
by
get
the way.
OGs.
You should probably not do that.
She just did. Oh, jeez. All right.
So you should listen to the show.
Yeah. Well, Kevin.
We have a question for Kendall from
We-
the orchard.
Cool.
Oh,
actually.
good. Oh, good.
So I don't know if
Whoa,
you,
whoa, whoa,
when
s-
you
slow
came
down.
in or what you
The-
got. Okay, I'll hold on.
Well, the orchard. There's 4,000 people.
I know it's
Oh.
making me nervous, and I'm saying stupid things.
Trust me,
Single member.
99% of them are stupid. Go ahead.
I'm itching.
And Wyatt's walking off. We're done in 2 minutes, Wyatt. Don't worry. All right.
You said that 4 minutes ago.
So I don't know if you caught the beginning of the show. You probably didn't, but there's going to be
I was
at
here.
our
I
first live
caught
show.
it.
There's going to be a cage match, a steel cage match
Oh, yeah.
between two of our listeners, the Doctor and Coach K.
Mm-hmm.
And the Doctor wants to know if you will be in his corner if he accepts the cage match challenge.
When is this taking place?
Well, it's our first
go
live
ahead.
show. We're actually taking this show. Believe it or not, we're taking this on the road. Much to the chagrin of just about anyone that
this or
knows
not.
us.
Probably the establishment that's stuck hosting us.
Yeah, and there when we had the big reveal of the calendar, we
Mm-hmm. Not
had,
like
There's
the
some beef.
nude calendar.
no. This is legit. A calendar will be
There's
coming up.
going to be a calendar.
Don't ask me how or why, but this is actually happening. In
Okay.
fact, it's in the process.
Uh-huh.
But we had to not we. There was a committee. Mr. September was going to be Coach K. Mm-hmm. He got
Not
cut.
Krzyzewski.
No, a different Coach K.
Oh.
No relation. He
Okay.
got cut for the Doctor, and Coach K was, let's just say, livid and challenged the Doctor to a cage match at our live show.
And where is it?
Again, can you believe people listen to this?
Where is the show?
It's at the Trail Stop Tavern. However, you might be busy that night because you're going to probably be at Dave
When
and
is it?
Buster's.
It's on Monday?
Yeah, it's going to be in a couple Mondays. You'll be at Dave and Buster's.
Oh, no. If it's in a couple Mondays, I'll be at the XL Energy Center.
The 21st. There's a game.
Yeah, I'm at the X.
You both? Really?
Yeah, we're both at the X, so we got to figure out somebody to host the show. You're busy?
No, I'm free, and then we can do. Why don't we just do
We can
one
just do
big thing?
Two shows, I guess.
Let's do one big show. I got to be at the XL Energy Center at 4 o'clock.
At 4 o'clock?
I know. You got to be
Well,
there
we were
3
doing ours-
hours before
When
puck
does
drop.
Gord have to be there?
He only has to be there he's got to be there around 5?
Do you guys, when you see each other at
Oh.
the X, you pretend you don't know each other?
No, we're best
At
friends.
the XL, do you cover your eyes and keep walking?
There's that
No.
Kevin guy.
We're best friends.
Oh, that's
Right.
sweet.
Yeah.
That's sweet.
We're best friends, even though he's like my dad's age.
That's okay.
I hope he heard that. I hope he's here listening.
He never listens to this
Oh,
show.
I'm just kidding.
He
He's
doesn't
only
listen.
like
He
a-
only listens when he's here.
All right, Drew, do you have one last question before we...
The representative's favorite sports moment.
Yeah,
is
I don't
the
think we
reason
wanna hear
Kobe
this.
switched his jersey number.
Why did Kobe switch his jersey number?
I don't know. It's a good
Because
question.
he's retiring, duh.
No, like way back. He used to be number 8.
No, like when he went from 8 to 24.
Oh, good question. I don't know.
Okay.
I will say the number 8 Kobe had an absolutely unstoppable turnaround, and he kind of lost that when he changed his number.
Well, the jersey's heavier. There was an extra stitching on there.
An extra number, absolutely. He also thinks that if the cage match doesn't work out, a wet T-shirt contest could work.
Between the doctor and
Coach K.
Okay, well that's good. Anything else? This show got a little weird at the end, but guess
That's
what?
all I got.
The show got weird at the beginning and the middle.
It's just weird. It's
So,
just
Kendall-
weird, the whole thing.
Thanks for finally stopping by.
Thank you for coming.
The way she's looking right now, it'll never happen again.
It'll never
I'm
happen
shaking.
again. And
Unless-
you know what?
Why
At
are you
least it happened
shaking?
once.
What the,
Because I'm like Thumper. That's my high school choir teacher nicknamed me that.
do you know
Thumper.
my wife does that same
Thumper?
thing?
Thumper.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like
I've got
this whole-
ADD. Can't help it.
You have what?
ADHD. I think maybe it might be undiagnosed. I can't decide.
Is there a doctor that? Well, first of all, this entire building.
There is a doctor, and he wants you in his corner. Maybe he can
I'm
help
not-
you
I'm
with
not
that.
kidding
And
you.
with your Shaniqua problems. Maybe you should be in his
Is-
corner. I
so-
think he can help you out.
Seriously, it's crazy.
Does Shaniqua's legs shake too?
Everybody's got shaky legs.
Oh my god! It's literally this
Can
whole
you
Years-
be
building.
at the X
Years of
while
therapy.
Shaniqua's
I never
in the
noticed.
doctor's corner? Is that possible?
Oh God, that'd be some weird X-Men
That'd be
shit
another
right
show
there.
here on the Live and Social Network. Well, is there anything? Here's your chance. The Orchard's listening.
Get it out there.
Anything you want to tell us? Tell the Orchard.
Yeah.
They
Listen
wanna-
to my show too.
They do.
They do sometimes.
Let me no. Let me tell you something. I talk about your show more than I talk about our show.
Yeah, our show's weird. We talk about yours way
Ours.
more. We
In
always
fa-
tell people to listen to
But
you
you guys are
they
so
actually
much
wanna know what's
funnier.
No,
Gorg's
I doubt
just like
that.
really good at everything.
I know he's
All those stats.
he's too good. He's like
He's
too
so
professional.
good.
too good. Really, we try to get him to open up, and we just haven't quite gotten there yet.
You know, on
I almost did last week.
really,
Yeah. I don't
It's
remember how, but I
baby
almost did.
steps.
yeah,
Baby
it's
steps.
baby steps. So before we hit our closing music, earlier we were talking about the Wild, and then when we can't think of anything else to say, we tell them to listen to your show because you guys know way more. And Wild Wednesday.
Wild Wednesday, yeah. I like those guys too. Scott's pretty funny. He comes on the show sometimes.
Who?
Scott Schweitz.
Need the better
No,
Scott.
I'm just kidding. Of course I know. I was on their show
There's
too.
so many Scotts in this building. It's insane.
There's
There
only
are a lot of Scots.
only
actually.
one cool one though. All right, well, Kendall,
And it's not you. He's on
Maybe-
Wild Wednesday.
because you
Mm-hmm.
came in at a weird moment, so I'd like another chance. Maybe you could come for the whole show sometime, and just I think if you experience the whole show,
Yeah.
it wouldn't seem as creepy as it did for the last 10 minutes that you've just spent with us.
It
Right?
might, though.
I think that, and then we'll like actually prepare for it a little bit, so I don't walk in with a half cookie in my mouth. Because I was just gonna make
Listen, if
coffee, and then I was like, I should go and say
Yeah, no,
hi
that
to
was.
the show.
I'm glad you did.
If you prepare, you'll do more preparation than we do. So
Right. Well, I gotta go. Literally, my whole body's shaking because she is keep thumping. So Wyatt, hit our music.
Thank you.
That was maybe one of the strange. No, actually, it wasn't. I
go with
can't
a
say it was one of the.
very special edition.
You're welcome.
They're all very special. They're all very strange. Once again, that's Apples to Apples, sponsored by Coors Light. We will see. No, we won't see anybody. We will hear you guys.
We will see people on December 21st.
Yeah.
Get it.
Thank you, Kendall, and a special thanks to Shaniqua for stopping by. See everyone later. See you,
Follow
Drew.
Wyatt on Twitter.
Bye, Drew.